In the mid-1850s, miners, cattle drivers, and railroad workers came to the plains. The plains were home to the Native Americans, a community of nomads. They followed the buffalo. The Americans separated them into groups of 500 people. The women raised children, cooked, and prepared hides. The men hunted, traded, and oversaw the military. When the settlers came to build the railroads, they had to kill many buffalo. William Cody made a large impact by killing more buffalo than everybody. He then earned the nickname Buffalo Bill. The Native Americans were left alone until the mid-1860s when they were moved to reservations. Some Indians agreed but were still reluctant. The Southeast Indians were moved to Oklahoma. The Sioux Indians were moved to the Dakota Territory.
This is General George Custer. He wanted the land of the Native Americans for his people, and he wanted the people to be able to live there. And the Indian, who will be shown soon, is Sitting Bull. He wanted the land for his people because it was theirs first, and it should be his rightfully. He believed that he should be able to fight for his land, and that his land was his to be owned. And then the next scene, the Lakota, Sioux, and Cheyenne are marching to war against General Custer. He, along with his men of 250, went to battle against the Native Americans, but they had many more people and overtook them easily. The next scene, as another massacre occurred when Crazy Horse used himself as a decoy and led about 100 U.S. Army men to their deaths.
This is Geronimo, and he didn't want to stay on the reservations. He led a revolt against the Americans, and they attacked the settlers in their homes. He was the last man to surrender finally. This is a picture of how the reservations shrunk over time as the Americans took the Native Americans' land. And this was a picture of how they sold the Native Americans' land, and that didn't go over well with the Native Americans, as you can imagine. And this is Helen Hunt Jackson, who was a reformer, and Helen Hunt Jackson believed what they were doing to the Native Americans wasn't right and that they should change their ways.
This is the Dawes Act of 1887. It gave Native Americans land to make them farmers, but it was bad land and they didn't know how to farm anyways. The ghost dance was a way for Native Americans to express their culture. One of their leaders said that they should do this and times would get better for them, but then it was banned. Because of this, there was uprisings and Sitting Bull was shot. People fled from this because of fear, and they went to Wounded Knee, where they fought against the army. 200 Sioux were killed and 25 soldiers. This was the end of armed conflict with Native Americans and white settlers. These last few pictures are pictures of the mass murder that happened in the New Ulm, Mankato area.
Whether I was praying that you and me might end up together. It's like a wishing for rain as I stand in the desert. But I'm holding you closer than most, 'cause you are mine.
Go.
This is the end of our movie about the Native American struggles. Yeah!